Hey guys, this is a video that I absolutely never, ever thought I would be making or ever want to make. I don't even know if I should make it, but I felt compelled. I was actually just in a meeting about 20 minutes ago, and I was just kind of scrolling through Twitter in the background, and I saw this. First thing, obviously, I noticed was the dates in the background, and a picture of Flobby, who's been on the channel probably 30, 40 times. Got the amazing opportunity to meet with him and hang out with him, gosh, half a dozen times over the years. Talked to him on the phone for hours after our collabs. Oh, what a good freaking kid, man. What a good kid. He took his life by suicide today, and I felt like it's important to talk about stuff like this. I just can't believe it's real. I'll link a couple of the Flobby videos in the description, and turning off monetization or making a donation to suicide prevention with any monetization. It's really not about that. But I wanted to talk a little bit about my memories of Flobby and bring awareness and reach out to any of you guys. I say in almost every video that I make that if you're going through something, just know that you will get through it, and there are people out there who care about you. But sometimes when you repeat something like that enough that it doesn't resonate, and sometimes people are hurting so bad that it doesn't matter what anybody can say too. At least that's the way they feel, I'd like to read this statement put out by SK Gaming. Today, Justice Flobby von Eitzen, a close friend and an incredible human being, died by suicide. This is a tragic end to a brief but extraordinary life at the age of 22. Justice passed away this night following a horrible car crash after leaving a farewell letter to his family. Justice was with us for almost 5 years. He was one of the most genuine, kind, and good-hearted people that we had ever had the pleasure of knowing, and so much more than that. We are shocked, in disbelief, lost for words. We have to say goodbye to our teammate and colleague, and most of all, a dear friend to all of us. And we'll always remember him for the light and joy he brought into our lives and into the hearts of so many. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family and friends in these dark hours. Bettina, Karsten, and Jacob, we can't even grasp what we are going through right now. There are just no words to comfort you in this difficult time. The best we have to offer is for you to know that there are many who grieve with you from the bottom of our hearts. Justice will be sorely missed. We will sorely miss your friendship and your sincerity. May you rest in peace. They go on to say, if you or someone you know is struggling with suicidal thoughts or deteriorating mental health, reach out to the phone number, the suicide crisis, depending on the country. I'll include all of those in the description below, guys. Flobby was different. He was different than a lot of people that I've spoken to, not to say there wasn't amazing people that I've seen through this game, through mobile gaming. But Flobby, for me, really a bunch of the German players who have been on the channel, something about it, I just connected with them quite a bit, throughout the years, like Sam and Morton and Flobby, especially Flobby, just had a lot of, and Big Spin, I had a lot of conversations with especially Flobby and Big Spin, and he was just such a good person. The first time I remember reaching out to him, the first time I ever had him on my channel, some of you might remember this, but I think it was probably back in like 2017, 2018. I don't know. It was a while ago, but he had some sort of an issue in a live competition with Surgical Goblin, and long story short, there was a little controversy about he ended up giving Surgical a match or something like that, a win. I forgot the specifics. It's irrelevant. But I remember reaching out to him, and I just remember how humble, and in a situation where everybody was saying, Flobby got robbed, Flobby was this, he was just such a kind person, and he had that perspective of what truly matters in life, right? He carried himself in a way that he recognized always what truly matters, right? And that's how he carried himself, how he spoke about people, how he treated people that he cared about, that he loved. And I've never once, ever, both privately in private chats, publicly, any time I've ever spoken to Flobby, heard him say a negative word about anybody, and it's just, it's unreal. It's unreal, guys. He's such a good guy. You wish there's something to do, there's something to say, you know, like, why am I even freaking making a video? I guess it's just because I can't believe it, man. I've dealt with so much loss in my life. You know, I've lost my mother, my sister, and my brother, but I've never known anybody to take their life, who took their life, you know? And it's so incredibly painful, guys. If you're going through something, and I've gone through a plenty in my life, I've had moments where I've considered dark things, you know, moments of extreme despair where it felt like things would never change, and they changed. You know, I'm 40. I've been through ups and downs of life, you know, but just know that in 5 or 10, whatever years, you can make changes. You can make changes, man. Please, if you're watching right now, out of respect to Flobby, the person that he was, the amazing person that he was, guys, especially if you remember him, you know, if you saw him, if you watched him throughout the years, either on this channel or his own content, please, guys, if you need help, please just pick up the phone. You hear it all the time. There's songs about the suicide hotline, but it's there for you. Reach out, you know, reach out to somebody. There's always somebody who will listen to you. There's always somebody. I'm sure I can, you know, I can empathize with everybody who knew Flobby and just saying, I wish you had reached out to me, man. Shoot. I guess the one thing I can end with, guys, is in memory of Flobby, even if you've never heard of Flobby or know who he is, take some inspiration on the way that he conducted himself and he lived his life. I know I will. Be a little bit quicker to forgive. Be a little bit less judgmental. Be a little bit more kind to others. These are lessons this is the way that Flobby lived his life. And these are lessons that we can all take from. Sometimes you got to understand and recognize what really matters. I don't know what else to say, guys. Rest in peace, Flobby.